everyone. So welcome to my second episode of FLAB to FAB series. Last week was episode 1, my first episode, and I talked about the missing link between good bacteria and belly fat. Interesting, right? Right. So FLAB to FAB, for those of you who are hearing me for the first time, my name is Ketki. I'm a naturopath, nutritionist, herbalist, functional medicine specialist, Iridologist, and I'm trained in diagnostics. And I treat my patients through the holistic approach of diet, detox, and prescribing supplements and herbs, knowing while they're on drugs which ones work with the drugs and which one doesn't. That's my specialty. And I trained in Sydney. This is because I had my own health journey. I went through a lot of tough health issues when I was younger, all the way through my early adult. Had about 5 surgeries, and it came to a point when I was in A&E and I decided that was enough, so I decided to go study and heal myself. So today I run my own clinical practice at the busy place in Singapore. I am a keynote speaker. I've been on the media, TV, radio. I've lectured at hospitals and at ministries and even polytechnics, and at the same time I am passionate about speaking, which is why I'm here to share today. And I run my own online global health and wellness business as well. Okay, so that's enough about me. And today's episode is FLAB to FAB series. Again, is second episode. It's about losing the jean size and that belly fat. So last week I talked about the link between probiotics and the belly fat. Today I am going to talk about just 2 simple things, or basically one simple thing, which is the statistics, commitment, and skipping meals. Okay, so number 1 is that why did I decide on FLAB to FAB series? Because obesity is a big problem. Like I mentioned every time, and I will not fail to mention it, it has hit epidemic reports. Singapore is now the number 2 in the world in terms of obesity, and it's just climbing. And obesity is the mother of all. It cascades into many health conditions, from heart attack, stroke, high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes can all be linked to this. And the moment you reduce your obesity, these risks go down. Female hormonal cancers are on rise and is clinically proven to be linked to obesity. Obesity can lead to hypothyroid issues and vice versa. I've treated patients like that, and also gout issues. So really we want to look at that. And the other thing we want to remember, that just because you don't look big doesn't mean you're not obese. You could be skinny fat, which is even more dangerous, right? If you're not sure, you can drop me a note, or feel free to drop notes, and if you want me to cover any other topics, I'm happy to do that. Yeah. So let's talk about the statistics. Worldwide, obesity has hit epidemic roof. In Singapore, life expectancy has become longer, about 80 to 85 years. But the fact is that obesity has also hit record high, and 1 out of 4 is diabetes. And people are living longer because of medical intervention, not because they are living healthy longer, which is a big problem. So it's medical intervention that's making you live longer. You could be on wheelchair, you could be on artificial ventilators, and that's not quality of life. So you want to live healthy longer, and obesity is something that we seriously need to address. So that's one. And when we talk about a lot of people, or I know, or in your family, that they are going on a weight management program or whatever, the important thing is commitment. Just like in work, you're committed to that work, committed to your deadlines, committed to your relationship, committed to being a parent or a son or a mother or a husband, whatever it is. There is commitment to your health. It's not something you embark and just do a 1 week or a 3-month program, and then once you got the results, you go off the bandwagon and you start again. No, it's a long-term, lifelong change, right? And that is very, very important. So I can't emphasize enough. I see so many clients having good results, and then they go back, and you can have your cheat meals, but they go back, and then after 6 months it's all back to square one. Sometimes it's not. So I have patients and clients also who really sustain it, and it's become a life experience, and they also impart it to their family at the same time, which is very beneficial. So one is that you can't wish yourself some great abs. Okay, you just like anything, it's actually a goal that you need to set. You need to focus, you need to take concrete action, you need to plan, and you need to start today. Okay, even small steps. and you take action in your life now because you deserve a healthy body. So that's one thing. Now let me talk about the fact about skipping meals is very, very important. A lot of people now talk about going on various fat diets. One of them is intermittent fasting and things like that. It may not work for all. Now, one of the things that you could do is that you could, I don't believe in skipping breakfast, okay? That's absolutely not go. A lot of times people find information from Google and they do their own thing. But remember, nutritionists are qualified, and more so as a naturopath. We know what we're talking about. So don't skip your breakfast. Breakfast is very, very crucial because if you don't have a good heavy breakfast, you're going to end up being hungry throughout the day and end up eating more in the evening and later part of the day. You need good amount of protein and high fiber and vegetables in your breakfast. When you have a very good heavy breakfast, it preserves your muscle. It keeps your mood and your cognitive function focused and sharp. Okay, so what you can do, incorporate a bit, is that have a dinner by 8 p.m. and then do not eat anything 12 hours till 8 a.m. and then maybe till 10 p.m. you have your 10 a.m. So about 14 hours later you have a breakfast. So that's kind of like intermittent fasting already, but have a very, very good heavy breakfast with the right portions, okay? Because you really don't want to skip breakfast because you'll end up having cheat meals. So skipping breakfast will slow down your metabolism. You don't want that. Muscle is very precious. Metabolism is very, very important. So that's tip number one. At lunchtime also have a reasonably good size lunch. And again, the portions are always protein, like 2 fist size of protein, a big handful of vegetables. You know, it can be stir fry, it can be salads. Remember, salads, it looks fluffy, but it's not much, so you need to have more. And carbs minimized to whole grains, like 2 to 3 spoons, okay? And this is very, very important. Have healthy fats. Fats are good. Fats keeps you full. So things like avocado, virgin coconut oil is very, very good. Virgin coconut flour, virgin coconut milk, virgin coconut oil. It actually helps, it's the short chain fatty acids, and it helps you to also lose weight. Very important. You can use it in cooking as well. Now, number 3, do not miss dinner. Please do not miss dinner, but have your dinner latest by 8 p.m. and do not have carbs at night. So you can have soups, you can have good portions of protein, veggies, salad, you know, things like that, okay? So that's very, very important because again, if you skip your dinner, you can lower your metabolism. And the other thing is that you will end up eating junk food when you go hungry, like around midnight, you start getting hungry. So that's not what you want. So weight loss is actually hard, especially the belly fat area here is very hard. And this belly fat here is clinically proven to give people their heart attack, stroke, diabetes, and all that issue. So you really want to reduce that fat. Now, after 35, you break muscle down very fast, and it's faster to put on that weight around the belly area. So belly fat is stubborn. And people who carry their weight in their midsection are at a higher risk of all these health problems, fatty liver, and things that I talked about. I had a client very quickly who worked in a major government hospital here in Singapore, and he had fatty liver. He had heard me speaking at that hospital. He came to me, and when we put him on our program, he actually managed to reverse his fatty liver and his genetic cholesterol. Right? So no matter how much of hardcore exercise and diet, it wasn't enough. So there are many things involved in a fat loss program. We are not interested in weight loss. We are interested in fat loss, the belly fat area. And when you reduce that, then your fat loss is sustainable. Okay, so you can do tests to check on that. For those of you in Singapore, you know, you can buzz me. I'm happy to give you a complimentary scan. You also, so there's a diet, there's a good meal portion that you need to do. There's exercise, but there are many other things that are involved, which I will cover all the missing links in fat loss in the various episodes. So stay tuned and stay with me, okay? And if you have any questions, feel free to drop me questions. I'm happy to answer them or create a topic if there's enough inquiry on that kind of topic. I don't mind to cover it. And and lastly, feel free to follow me on my Facebook Live. I do a Facebook Live every Friday on health at 12 p.m. So you can add me and you can join me and you can ask me questions and I can create a topic around your questions as well. I'm happy to do that. Okay, so meanwhile, and you can also visit my website, which is askketki.com. So take care, have a great weekend ahead. It's Friday here, and eat mindfully. All right, take care. Next week will be episode 3. Bye.